Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is Adrian versus Naffy on Orbital Shipyard. In the top right of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Zerg player. It is Adrian from Expert Gaming. And in the bottom left of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Terran player. It is Naffy. Now this is a ZVT found on lotv.spawningtool.com by my screener Dominique. Really appreciate the work that he does for me, finding the very best replays from that site. If you too would like Legacy of the Void replays, go to lotv.spawningtool.com. And yes, they do have VODs there, assuming somebody's actually cached the replays. A few of my VODs are over there as well, but if you're subscribed to my channel already, you've probably already seen them. And a few other casters have VODs there at the same time, so go visit their site. You'll be glad that you did. Alright, so early hatchery coming out from Adrian. I guess it's not early, it's fairly standard here in TVZ to have the hatchery out at this point for the Zerg player. Looks like Adrian did choose to go for the expansion here instead of back here. And again, I've explained this before on the channel, but generally I feel like doing the hatchery here is a little bit safer. It just seems like it's more sense to throw your army down here and defend both this base and this base fairly well. If you have a base back here, it can get dropped a little bit more easily. There's all this dead space that people can come in and throw warp prisms and medevacs at your base, and it's generally a bad time. But here you can't really drop it that easily to get to the hatchery. I mean, you can defend it a little bit easier as Zerg, so that's why Adrian chose to do this, I have to believe. Meanwhile, the Terran player Naffy is going for a full wall off here. There might be another supply depot as well. There's a Reaper coming out, because Reapers are good against Zerg in the early game, especially with the KD8 charge ability, which is new in Legacy of the Void. Is this a Reaper Expand? It is. Reaper Expand, the very standard play here in Legacy of the Void these days. Nothing too crazy at all from either of these players at the 1 minute and 48 second mark. And here we go. So I know I said in a previous cast that I would go ahead and basically do 3 casts per day. And I decided not to. I decided 2 is the best. I'm going to go ahead and just do the best replays I get. And what that means is that 3 a day, I don't have quite enough amazing replays to fill that quota. So I'm going to do 2 per day and call it good. And 2 very good games. I hope you'll be happy with the quality there. I'll try to choose longer games as well, just so you get your money's worth out of the free YouTube videos that I do throw up here. So Lings are off creep. Get back on the creep, Lings. And they are there. Going to go ahead and chase this Reaper away. They're going to do the dance. KD8 charge completely whiffs there, but it does get a Zergling kill. So nice job, Reaper. The Queen's going to pop out here in about 4 seconds and chase this Reaper away, but is he going to kill all of these Lings? He's going to try, but no, taking shots from the Queen means it's time to evacuate. Get on out of there, son, and he does. But he got 2 Ling kills, which is okay. That's probably a fair trade for Adrian. Is no drone kills for a couple Lings? Absolutely. Queen getting some more shots off. Oh, look out, Reaper. Run for your life, and he does. Gets the heck out of there for sure. 3rd hatchery coming up for Adrian. Did he actually spot the command center? No. He hasn't seen anything for the Terran player. I guess he's just blind going 3 hatch, assuming this is not a 1 base all-in from Naffy, which would wreck him, actually. I've seen 1 base 1-1-1 builds from Terran before. They are absolutely terrifying. KD8 charge, going to try to kill that creep tumor. Couldn't quite do it. It does do 10 damage, but creep tumors have about 50. I suppose if you get it at an early point in the growth of that creep tumor, you probably could kill it with a KD8 charge, which would be interesting. Haven't seen that before. We'll have to see. Anyway, the Orbital are not actually scouting anything. They're just kind of sitting out in places, ready to scout when the need arises. But indeed, here come the Hellions. So just another follow-up here from the Terran. Again, you really can't let Zerg sit back and do whatever they want. Continued harassment is pretty fantastic for the Terran player, allowing them to macro up behind it, get a big army, and then come push when the Zerg has spent all their larvae on attacking units instead of drones, which is what they really want to do. Also, Banshees with Cloak are coming out. So here come the Hellions, moving up, just bypassing those Queens entirely. Lings trying to kill stuff. They do pin one of the Reapers, and are they going to kill it? Yes, they kill one of the Reapers, and the speed's up. Now for the Lings, just barely finishing, they kill another Hellion. There are only 2 left. I think I called them Reapers earlier, but these are definitely Hellions. So 2 Hellions, not as good as 4. You'll notice they do kill drones with a couple strikes from each. Oh, one tried to make itself into a Spore Crawler. Did not happen. Again, trying to pin these Hellions down, and they do get cleaned up by the Lings. So units lost tab. 4 Hellions have died here for 3 drones and maybe 2 or 3 Lings there. Maybe 5 Lings, I would have to say. Here comes a Banshee heading across the map, right across the middle. Lucky no Overlords are here to scout her, because that would be a problem. Overlord just sitting right over here saying, I don't see anything I have to worry about. Obviously, this is Cloak coming down from the Tech Labs. Tell me there are Spore Crawlers. Good. Well played indeed. by the Zerg player. Here comes some Lings to get roasted up by these Hellions. Are they just trying to thin the Hellion count? I don't know. They don't even get one there. Banshee is cloaked, trying to kill some of these workers, but the Queens might actually pick it off. No, it gets out of the range of the Spore Crawler's detection and heads on back home, getting a couple drone kills there, and all the Hellions are still alive. Another Banshee coming out. This is a pretty crazy harassment build. Here from Naffy, we'll have to see how Adrian decides he is going to respond to it. 8 p.m. right now, about 200, both the players playing at a very high rate. Indeed, the Queen needs to inject. Get over there, Queen. I know you were hiding from the Banshee, but you can get in there and get your inject powers on. Banshee heading to the left side. Where's the other one? I don't see it. It went all the way back home to get repaired, but is not actually getting repaired, so, Cloaking again. Again, there's a Spore Crawler here, so you're going to take shots from the Queens, but I guess if she does get a few drone kills, it's probably okay with her. There we go, picking up 3 drone kills. Right now, 8 drones have been lost. However, Zerg is still up 47 to 42. I'm not sure the damage has been done to the level that Naffy would like to do, but at the same time, keeping Adrian on his toes is pretty good. Baneling Nest on the way, +1/+1 for the melee. As well as going to a lair here, but a solidly timed lair. Not early, not too late either. Roach Warren coming up. So a Roachling, Baneling type attack. Interestingly enough, considering there are Banshees on the field, and Adrian knows that they're there, I'm not sure why he's not getting some Hydras or possibly a Spire. I guess he can't do those until the lair's finished. Let's see. Alright, there's the Hydralisk done. I guess I spoke too soon. So definitely getting those Hydras for those Banshees that are out. Total number of Banshees on the field, currently 3. So 3 Banshees, 6 Hellions, a Reaper, and 4 Widowmines. So a meching player here from Naffy. We'll have to see if this is enough to take down the Zerg swarm. 3 Banshees moving out again. They might just be here to clear creep tumors. They're pretty good at doing that, especially if there are some scans backing them up. Widowmine here to check to make sure a 4th base has not come down. Widowmine here as well. Oh, Widowmine's going to get a kill. There's a drone heading out. And yes, they're just clearing out those creep tumors, just helping to remove that creep on back. Again, in this version of Legacy of the Void, in the retail version, creep does recede fairly quickly. And there's the shot. Bam! Drone ends up completely dead. Has a single kill to his name. Widowmine is very happy about that. And the Banshee's back out. They cleared a lot of creep tumors. The creep is going to recede. And Ling's running on over. If they... do they have an Overseer with them? I don't think they do. I'm not sure what they're coming over here to do, but... there's the Overseer coming the other way. Anyway, Banshees continue to clear out these creep tumors. There are Hydras popping out right now for Adrian, though. And if they get in here, they might be able to kill these Banshees. There's the cloak. They didn't bring an Overseer with them. Oh, Hydras, why aren't you doing this? Hydras, bring an Overseer with you if you're going to kill these Banshees. They do have cloak available, and you know this. So many creep tumors have died here. 17 creep tumors. The creep spread was amazing from Adrian, but he hasn't been able to protect them. Liberators and tanks coming up. Vehicle weapons, level 1 vehicle armor, or plating rather, level 1 as well coming out for Naffy. Definitely sticking on a 3-base Terran mech type play here. Meanwhile, still on 3 bases, the Zerg finally takes the 4th base. And more creep just pushing on out. Adrian refuses to be intimidated by these terrorists and will continue to push creep as best as he can. Banshees might try to get a cancel off on this hatch. They're going to get this queen, that's for sure. She is off creep and she dies. Hydra's in more of a defensive position. Might snipe off. There's a lot of DPS on the ground here for these Hydras. If the Overseer can keep up, and it cannot. What is the move speed on these? 3.85, and Overseers have a move speed of 2.62, so they can outrun the Overseers, which is pretty nice. But on creep, Hydras are fast, man. Overseers, however, are not. One Banshee does get picked off, though, a little bit too low on HP. Stay just inside the range of that Overseer a little bit too long, and now we're looking at a 4-basing, almost a 4-basing Zerg against a 3-basing Terran. Yeah, just continuing with these factories, more and more factories coming up. Tanks continuing to be produced. A single barracks here, and that is it. More Hellions on the way as well. But here comes a Hydra Roach Ling attack from Adrian. About 63 to 70 Harvesters. Naffy is definitely up on that count, and this tank count is looking pretty good, I'd have to say, especially with +1/+1 against this number of Hydras and Roaches. The tanks do extra damage against the Roaches, which is good because they have more hit points than the Hydras, but the Hydras themselves, as that Reaper doesn't know where it's going, it survives. Somehow, someway, it absolutely lived. Why is the army running back here? A couple Lings run in, take some Widowmine shots, and the army runs back. Is there an attack I missed? I guess a Reaper was checking for extra bases, but I don't see any harassment going on in the mini-map. Widowmine's still here as well. I don't know. Spore Crawler coming up for Adrian just because, again, there are Banshees out on the field, and 2 of them have died, but there are, or 1 of them has died, but there are still 2. If that's it, that's correct. 7 tanks, 8 tanks now continuing to make those tanks, getting that +2 armor as well as +2 vehicle weapons. I guess it is plating. I'm not sure why Adrian didn't push up there, I guess. This is probably going to be a planetary fortress. Naffy really locking it down here. Another planetary and tanks. I'm not sure that Adrian's going to be able to beat this. Vipers are here. Blinding Cloud can be really good against tanks. Prevents them from shooting anything outside a certain range. And considering that Hydras and Roaches are ranged, it really makes a lot of sense there. Widowmine shot killing a lot. Ooh, turrets as well, getting some shots off on that Viper. And I'm not sure... The Reaper comes in and commits suicide, unfortunately for it. And Adrian at this point just needs to expand about 100 times. Clearly Naffy is turtling. Clearly Naffy is not planning on entirely moving out here. Might try to push for another base, but is not going to move it across the map. I don't think for quite some time. They're going to shoo this Overlord away, and the creep will begin to recede. Is Adrian going to push in? He is. Splitting his forces. Actually, the command center tanking a lot of damage here. The Roach is pushing right on in as well. Defender mode circles coming up. Blinding Cloud on a couple of the tanks, but not all of the tanks are Blinding Cloud. And Roach's good micro coming in, but all of them end up completely dead. Hellions on top of the Hydras, roasting them alive. And the Viper getting chased down by the Liberator. That did not go well at all for Adrian. Excellent defense by Naffy. Some pretty good micro, again, on those Hellions, getting them right up there. Defender mode coming down as well, exactly where he needed it to go. Naffy seems like a pretty darn good player here, and this Liberator is going to kill the Overseer eventually. It's not a whole lot of damage to kill an Overseer, but it is definitely faster. Oh, the Widowmine steals the kill from the Liberator. This Overlord still scouting stuff out. I'm not sure that Naffy sees it or not. Resources lost tab, 2,600 minerals, 800 gas for Terran. 6,000 minerals, 1,900, almost 2,000 gas lost for the Zerg player. So far, so good for our meching Terran player. We'll see if he can keep it up. Ultras are on the way, +3 ground carapace, +2 missile attack on the way as well. Vipers continuing to be made, running up and just killing creeps. So many creep tumors have died in this game. 29, 30 creep tumors dying all over the place. This creep is not as spread out as it could be because of the attention that Naffy has been paying it. Here come the tanks. They might just back off the creep here because, again, attacking on creep against the Zerg is not that great, but standing on in anyway, right on the creep, not even going into siege mode are these tanks. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. Blinding Cloud on these tanks as well. A Thor in the back, just raining fire down on those units as well. A Ravager here trying to kill these Liberators. Oh, Parasitic Bomb on top of the Liberators as well, but I'm not sure if they actually care. Banshees taking down an Ultra. Let's go Collector's Edition Ultra, and another Ultra might die if it doesn't back out here. So the army was not completely cleaned up. For Naffy, still has some tanks, still has a Thor. A couple Liberators that probably should move up here as well. Oh, Roaches that are transferring. Wrong place, wrong time. Thor might finish them off. Does 36 damage for 2 attacks. Wow. Here comes another Ultra. Chitinous plating on the way for the Ultras, making them a little bit more difficult to kill. Standing in is the Thor, and backing out of that defender mode circle, the Ultra. Not able to kill much here. A few Lings running up here. They might take down that Thor, and they do. Lings on top of the tanks as well. Parasitic Bomb on individual Liberators are going to kill them, but it's usually better on a clump of units. These cloaked Banshees are just raining down destruction on everything. Nothing can shoot up here. This Ling Roach Ultra combination, not that great. A couple Hydras here as well. Pushing on down, though. Adrian smelling blood. There's a planetary and so much bio here, though. I'm sorry, Lings. You're all going to die. You should have attacked in concert, I think, with the Ultras for a little bit more effectiveness. So they do back out. They're going to come another day. Banshees, they really want to take down this base. They should be able to, because there's not a Spore Crawler there. Again, the upgrade's looking good. +1 on these flying units for the Terran player. And just going to go to town here. Parasitic Bomb, however, going to be pretty good. Oh, Parasitic Bomb on top of that Banshee. How much damage does that do again? 90 damage over 7 seconds. And it hits enemy air units nearby. If the target dies, the cloud remains in the air where the enemy died until it expires. So pretty good spell. Haven't seen it a whole lot on my channel. A few Hellions run up, immediately get taken down by some Ultras and some Lings and back on out. Not where they want to be. It's 197 to 175 total supply. Naffy is maxed out here. Does he have +3? He does. +3 on his tanks. And in tank mode, they are super dangerous indeed. And here it is. 65 damage. Nope. Yep, 65 damage versus armored, and that is splash. And again, trying to expand, but guess what? Widowmine. Bam! Drone gets killed there as well. Excellent play. I do like to see that. Ooh, the Hellions roasting up some Lings with their blue flame and their +3 attack. 25 damage versus light. Is that enough? No, it's not enough to one-shot a Ling, is it? Where are my Lings at? Do I have any Lings left on the field? There they are. 35 damage. Yes, they actually one-shot Lings with this upgrade. That's kind of insane. I guess assuming the Lings don't have an armor upgrade, though. More tumors are dying. Naffy refuses to let the creep spread at all. Good micro once again. Look how fast these Lings are getting torched alive. The Ultra is a lot harder to kill, but Hellions are faster than Ultras. Wait, why are you going back in there? Oh, they're trying to kill some of these Hydralisks. I'm not sure if that was a good choice, though. All of the Hellions die. 7,800 minerals, 2,400 gas lost for the Terran player. Still 11,000 minerals and 3,500 gas lost for Zerg. And pushing in again. Do they want to go in there? Again, defender mode circles are up. 90 damage per hit with that Concord cannon. Try to send some changelings in. The tanks were having none of it. Here come the Vipers. They're going to use Blinding Cloud on these tanks. Yoinking the Liberators in. Oh, the Liberators actually getting shots on something. The Hydra's going to focus them down. No, but Parasitic Bomb does happen. And the Hydras as well trying to finish them off. Blinding Cloud can't cover all the tanks, though. There's a lot of dead Zerg up there. And Blinding Cloud expires as well as Parasitic Bomb. And both of these two Liberators are still alive. More Hellions running around. Just continuing with the Hellion production here is Naffy. And there are some Roaches and an Ultra. They might be able to take these Hellions out very quickly. Oh, the drones are forced to retreat, though. Getting chased down. A few drones being killed. I'm just not sure it's been effective massacre of the drones by Naffy so far. I mean, Zerg is technically down in workers. Another Blue Flame Hellion attack here. A lot of Lings coming to try to save this. I'm not sure if Lings are the correct answer here because they get a full surround and they do kill the Hellions, but how many Lings have died in this game? 135 have died thus far. Using Consume, is that what it's called? Yes, it is. Consume on these buildings. This Viper count is actually a little scary. 7 total Vipers coming up here for Adrian. Creep tumors coming down once again. Trying to spread that creep. I mean, Adrian has lost a lot of creep tumors, but at the same time, he wants to keep them running as well. Whoa, mass starport coming up. What is this? What is this that Naffy's trying to do? Is that the Behemoth reactor? Is he going battle cruiser against this composition? I guess that would be good. Battle cruisers have a lot of HP, so a 90 hit or a 90 damage parasitic bomb will not kill one for sure. They kind of do clump up though. But once again, Naffy pushing the creep back with all of the resolve his little Terran heart has. Creep tumors are dying left and right here. How are the upgrades here as well? So let's see. Liberators, if they go into defender mode, they have the +2 attack as well, which does affect their defender mode ability. Here comes attack from the right side and the top side. Lings, Ultras leading the way here. Hydras as well. Blinding Cloud on a few of the tanks. Almost all of the tanks have Blinding Clouds on them. The Ultras are able to get right on top and just crush. But more tanks along the back line trying to kill what they can. Hellions trying to get there at the same time. No, there is not enough. There are too many Ultras here. They do have +8 armor as well as +2 upgrade on their attack there. The Hellions run right on in. They're going to roast up more of these drones. There are 70 drones slowly falling. Quickly falling, rather, down to 60. A big old attack coming right up. There's a planetary fortress, though, and tanks. Couple Ultras die. Overseers getting shots on from the missile turrets as well. Finally cleaning up this Hellion attack with some Roaches. Exactly what was needed, but Adrian is down to 56 workers at this point. It's 159 to 154 supply. Very even indeed. Lings running up again. Planetary fortress and tank composition really good against Ling. I mean, you pretty much need Ultras to deal with that, and if they're repairing SCVs, it's not going to really matter. Expanding here is Adrian continuing to make Vipers, getting +1 flyer attack. Is he making Corruptors? Does he have any Corruptors? I don't see them. Why is he getting +1 flyer? That's weird. Finally taking down that Widowmine that's been denying a base here for about 37 minutes. Trying to roast down these queens, but transfuses, keeping the queens alive. Excellent play there by Adrian, and the Hellions are forced to find a weaker foe. And here come the battle cruisers. +3 attack is on the way for these battle cruisers, making them a little bit more difficult to kill, I'd have to say. They can use the tactical jump ability. Is that what it's called? Tactical? Yes, tactical jump. After 4 seconds, warps to the target location. Battle cruiser is invulnerable during warping, and it does not require vision. Hellions roasting up so many drones over here. The Lings looking for revenge, but man alive. Oh, good juke. What a great juke by those Hellions. They're all going to die, but that juke meant a lot more Lings ended up dead. Ling count down to 172 killed in exchange for 82 Hellions. Maybe not a fair trade. I don't know, but it's mass expanding by Adrian is exactly what he needs to do. However, he has let Naffy take these bases as well. So much gas coming in for these players. 1,600 minerals, 800 gas for the Terran, 1,200, 300. for Adrian. So actually down in that count. Here comes another big push, though. They're going to try to get through here with a couple tanks and Planetary Fortress. But these Lings are not long at all for the world. They take down one of the tanks, which is pretty good. Oh, getting the Planetary Fortress. Nobody's actually repairing, and Hellions roasting up more workers down here as well. Oh, the Parasitic Bomb on top of these Liberators, hitting both of them at once. They're trying to split, but are they going to die anyway? No, they're still alive, but just barely. Battle Cruisers raining down fire on top of these Ultras. Another Ultra trying to break into the main base, going after the supply depot that has fewer hit points. Hellbats trying to roast it up. Tanks as well going to take it down. Battle Cruisers finishing it off from above, and these Hellbats actually finish off that base. A Planetary Fortress or a command center trying to be landed there. Another Ultra dies to the Battle Cruisers. It's 190 to 103 total supply. Naffy looking good. Only down to 48 Harvesters now is Adrian. This mass Queen play actually going to try to take down these Hellbats. No, Hellbats, don't attack the Queens. You need to go after drones, and this one is anyway. Might be able to get a couple. Nope, is distracted. But the army pushing up behind it. The Liberators throwing down Defender mode circles to take out these Queens. Tanks on the low ground as well, not even going into siege mode. And yes, they should be able to take these Queens out. Transfuses notwithstanding, I don't think there's enough energy in the world to save these guys. And indeed, the Queens start to die. Transfusing once again. Battle Cruisers just have so many hit points. 550 hit points. A lot of Parasitic Bomb on these Battle Cruisers, though. Yamato Cannons on top of the Vipers. Corruptors swinging in as well. Are there enough Corruptors? Are their upgrades good enough? I don't know that they are. More Yamato taking down so many of these. And that's it. A GG from Adrian. Adrian's defeated. Naffy's victorious. And Adrian has left the game. Wow. So for those Terran fans of you on my channel, I hope you appreciated that Terran win, because it was very impressive. Indeed. Naffy went mech. He went Battle Cruisers and won. Hey, how rare is that? And I feel like Adrian's a good player. Look at this APM here. 229 for an average for our Zerg player. Again, lower for Naffy just because mech doesn't require as much APM, but he threw Vipers at this group. He got Corruptors, exactly what he needed, but the upgrades were a little bit too low. The drone massacre was huge. 80 drones were killed. That's as many drones as some players make in an entire match. And Adrian lost 80 of them today. 48 Hydras died, 60 Roaches, 12 Ultralisks, 18 Vipers died. That's surprising. I thought that Adrian is taking better care of his Vipers, but he wasn't, I suppose. Meanwhile, just mech units here. Mostly lost Hellions, lost about 31 tanks, 16 Liberators, and a single Battle Cruiser. For Naffy, resources lost tab definitely going to favor the Terran player. 19,000 minerals, 7,000 gas, 28,000 minerals, and 11,000 gas lost from Naffy in this match. So again, I hope you enjoyed yourself today. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. Also, you can visit my store. If you have new suggestions for what you'd like to see in the store, let me know in the comments below. And we'll see what we can do with the store owner about that. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching and supporting me. You take care of yourself.